Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Banned from 65 international territories.
Hi there, and welcome to 360 Gamercast, the world's #1 British gaming podcast.
This is 360G.
Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 44 for Saturday, the 14th of November 2020. This is the Xbox Series X special podcast. And joining me today is...
Iceman D18.
And Series Switch.
How's it going?
Good.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
you sound really excited. Yay.
That northern accent I've got. I can't sound excited.
Cool. So this week, you both got the Xbox Series X. I bet you were super excited. It's a bit like being a kid at Christmas when you get a new console on launch day.
I didn't get it on launch day. Amazon decided not to give it me on launch
I
day.
bet you were gutted.
Oh,
I was fuming.
Oh man, I did
The
like you
fact
see
it was
everyone.
about 4 miles from my house.
Oh, that's even worse. It's when you look on social media and everyone's putting pictures up. Oh, look, it's arrived and blah blah, blah, and you're like, yeah, I'm getting one till tomorrow, and I booked the day off and
Yeah.
everything, especially.
I'm sulking. Toys are out the pram.
Well, at least you managed to get one in the end. I know there's a lot of people in the community, Peebs as a prime example, who tried to get one for launch and failed miserably. So he's a bit gutted.
that's quite surprising. Peeves doesn't usually jump on new machines on day and date, does he?
Yeah,
Usually
I think
waits
with
a bit.
this one, he wants to, because he wants to really go all in with the Xbox platform now. You know,
It
which is
makes
fair.
sense.
Which is fair enough. You know, with all the backwards compatibility and all that, it does make sense. You know, especially with Game Pass. Because he was saying to me, well, with Game Pass, it's a win-win, right? So, yeah. Anyway, guys, just tell me what it's like, how big it is, how cool it is. Is it how snappy is it? Just tell me about it.
I'll let you start off.
Well, the first thing that surprised me is it's not actually as big as I thought it was going to be.
That's what she said. Woo!
Wait. Well, everyone made out on social media that it was this big, imposing block that's just going to ruin any setup. And
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I'm on a desk and it sits behind my monitor, but it's not as overbearing if I put it on my TV cabinet downstairs and stuff.
Okay.
And for the power that it's pumping out, it is absolutely silent.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
It's that
deadly
giant
silent.
fan, isn't it?
It's deathly silent. I mean, I could run my Xbox One X and you'd be able to hear the fans on the microphone now.
Wow.
Whereas-
And that's
Really?
still
Bloody
pretty.
hell.
The One X was actually quite quiet in
No,
comparison
I think
to
it's
other
alright.
consoles still.
And
Yeah,
then,
my One X is on all day, every day, like at least 12 hours a day. It's just on. As soon as I wake up in the morning, it's on, and then it doesn't get turned off till I go to bed at night.
well, the Series X makes the One X sound loud.
Okay.
Performance-wise, I am stunned at how quick it is. I knew it would be quicker. I
Yeah.
didn't realise it'd be this much quicker. For example, what's a game? The game I played quite a bit on my One X was Sea of Thieves.
Yep.
And I've been that sad, I've actually timed it, how long it takes to get from dashboard into game.
Yep.
So on my One X, it was 2 minutes, 40 odd seconds from
Wow.
pressing A to start the game to actually waking up in the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
On the Series X, it's 1 minute, 17 seconds.
Okay. Pretty good.
So, I mean, that is a Series X enhanced game.
Yeah.
Even the likes, I've played a lot of Division 2 lately.
Yeah.
Even that, the fast travel times, loading into the service times, it's all shortened.
Yeah.
I played FIFA last night. So there's two versions of FIFA. You've got your Series X version and your original version. And because I play a lot of pro clubs, that information doesn't carry across. So
Oh, okay. That's a bit
I'm actually
silly.
I've actually got two versions of FIFA installed on my Series X.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the enhanced version and the original version. And even the original version, all the menus feel snappier. It just works, if that makes sense. You've not got that menu lag that you experience in a lot of games. You click a button and then it eventually goes to the next screen. You're like, right, come on. With the Series X, even the games that aren't enhanced for it seem to have that extra kick because of the technology in the machine.
That's pretty cool because I've been watching a lot of video reviews on the Series X, and one feature that I think's pretty cool is the quick resume feature, and just how quick you can get into a game that's on the quick resume from turning the console on. It's like under 10 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah,
And you can have, what was it, 6 games on the quick resume? Is that right? Something like
I
that.
think
About that.
it's 6. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a really cool feature as well. And I saw a video where people were just chopping and changing from one game to another, all on quick resume, and it was just instantaneous. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, and it's one of them features that if you would have told me about 12 months ago, I'd been like, yeah, so what?
Yeah,
But now that I can actually use it, I can see the benefit of it. It's like, oh yeah, this actually does make sense. I'm booting up the console and I'm back at the exact same point I was,
yeah,
and I turned it off last night in, like you said, 10 seconds, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, this is what I've been missing.
yeah.
And for me, that a lot of people have said it doesn't feel like next gen because your user interface is the same.
The
The
dashboard's
controller
exactly the
is
same, right? Yeah,
Yeah, the dashboard's the same.
Exactly the same.
The controller's pretty much the same.
yeah,
It doesn't feel like in your hands and on your screen in front of you, you're looking at the next gen. But
hmm
when you start using it, it sort of feels next gen. And I think
okay,
that's the way Microsoft have sort of gone. They've been perfecting the UI over the past 12 months on the Xbox One for optimizing it for the Series S and Series X. And it sort of integrates more with the Series X and the power it's got to flick through. Because I always felt that the menus on the One X
yeah,
were a bit laggy.
yeah,
Sometimes you press your
yeah,
menu button and it's only a slight, I mean, I'm going to sound pedantic here, but it was only like a second delay,
yeah,
but it was a noticeable delay.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah. I
now with the
agree. Yeah.
Series X, you press the button, it comes up. It does what you want it to do. And that's for me why it feels like next gen.
So that's cool. I mean, the thing is, like, I think one of the reasons why people say that it doesn't feel next gen as well is it's not like a standard console generation where there's a new console and there's games that you can only play on that console.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about this before, but it feels like a little bit like a mid-gen upgrade again, like when they went from the Xbox S to the X. You can play all the same games from before, but they all look slightly better and they run a lot quicker. Whereas with the PlayStation brand, they've gone for the more standard method, where it's, you got your new console and here's some games on launch date which you can only play on that console. And I think that's why a lot of people have been put off upgrading to the Series X at the moment anyway. But I think when people see the performance benefits, with future games, I think a lot more people will do the upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I knew what I was getting myself in for. I knew I wasn't going to buy this new console and I'd have 30 new games to play on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I've effectively just replaced one console with the other. I've even
yeah,
moved my external hard drive from one to the other.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm still playing all the same games, but I'm playing them on the new technology. I'm playing them faster. I'm playing them at higher frame rate.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people understand that 30 frames per second to 60 frames per second is a significant increase.
yeah, Yeah,
You know,
it's something that PC gamers always bang on about and then get called elitist for. But it is a big difference, and it's just more smooth, you know. And there's no other
Yeah.
way of really explaining it. And it reminds me of the olden days of gaming, like like your Mega Drive and all that, and even the PlayStation. So games have always traditionally, like on the old CRT screens, a lot of them have run at 60. Anyway, it's only with the more modernish consoles that they've put it down to 30. And then
Yeah,
the thing,
certain games still run at 60. Like I think all fighting games are pretty much
yeah,
have to run at 60.
yeah, yeah. So games running at 60 FPS is not like some modern elitist thing. It's something that's always been a thing in gaming. Apart from, I remember in the PlayStation 1 era, because obviously you had the PAL and the NTSC formats, America and Europe, where games would run at a different speed depending, on which region that they were in. Because I remember
Yeah, 50
importing,
hertz to 60.
yeah, because I remember
on that.
importing one of the wrestling games from America, and it was like, oh, this is really fast and smooth. And then went around my mates and played the English version. I was like, oh my god, this is really slow and horrible, and that's a 10 frame difference, So it is a big deal.
Yeah, and to me, I don't know if everyone else agrees, but I feel this generation's possibly come 12 months too early.
Maybe.
Because it seems to me like, yeah, there are screens out there that can do 4K 120 hertz, but there's very, very few, and the ones that are really expensive.
Yeah, you're easily looking at over $1,000
Yeah,
for one of these TVs, unless you're playing your Series X on a monitor, which I'm sure some people are.
yeah, but there's still very few monitors that offer HDMI 2.1.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, you're very correct there. Yeah.
So, I mean, I bought a new monitor. Well, I've actually bought two because the first one I bought was the wrong one. Don't tell the missus. But I've compromised. I've gone for my 4K 60 hertz because I could have gone for 120 hertz, which was only 1080p. But for me, the 4K gaming is the key for the next 12, 18 months.
Yep.
And then when the HDMI 2.1 becomes more available technology, obviously when it's more available, it becomes cheaper. So there'll be an abundance of monitors in 12, 18 months' time that will work perfectly with it. So to me, it's like almost like the console technology is ahead of the screen technology in terms of the consumer market. Because, I mean, console gaming for me has always been, it's more affordable, it's more consumer friendly than PC gaming.
Yep.
And it just seems that this time they've sort of jumped the gun with the console a bit.
Yeah, well, I was reading a review, and the review was saying that the Xbox Series X is the most PC-like console they've ever played. I don't know how your feelings on that is.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I haven't played PC, so...
I've dabbled in PC gaming, but I mean, to me, PC gaming is mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm playing Assassin's Creed on my PC, but with a controller, so...
Yeah. But it still feels like a console to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very quick console, but it's a console nonetheless. I could quite happily move it downstairs, sit on my TV downstairs and play it on my sofa, which for me is the definition of console gaming.
Yeah.
Granted, it's now upstairs because I want to actually play it and not have to sit and watch crappy films all day. So if I've got it in my man cave, I can lock myself away.
Yeah. So what was your initial impressions then? I mean, your first thoughts when you opened the box and you saw the nice packaging and just setting it up. I mean, was it an easy process to set it up? Was it and transfer all your stuff?
Dead easy. There was it was pretty much a probably one of the most bog standard consoles I've ever had, where it literally comes with just the system, power cable, HDMI, and controller.
Yeah.
Basically it. No Ethernet cable, no headset, Nothing much like that. Not even really much instructions either with the system. It's all just sort of plug it in and off you go.
I'm quite surprised it didn't come with a headset, to be honest. That's a strange
the standard Xbox One headsets all work, don't they? It's all
I think they've not boxed. Yeah, because all the peripherals work from the previous generations as such.
Save a bit of money as well.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you've got a 3.5mm jack at the bottom of the controller.
Yeah,
you
true.
just plug a standard set of headphones in if you want.
Yeah.
There wasn't even like many instructions in the box. It was all done through the app.
Yeah. Okay.
So the app sort of guided you through it.
Oh, the app on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
It was quite a clever integration for me. It connected to the Wi-Fi and everything. You did all the typing and all the laborious stuff on your phone.
Oh, that's good. It makes things a lot quicker and easier.
Yeah, so you don't have to go to every letter with your controller and
brilliant.
Like
that's really good.
Even the setup was a lot easier because it's literally like you turn it on, you download the first update.
Yeah.
You sign in with your profile, and then it pretty much pulls all your settings from your old systems straight onto the new one.
Oh, nice.
And off you go.
Oh, that is good.
I mean, I did a bit of prep work beforehand. I moved all my games from the old Xbox onto my external.
Yeah.
So then it was a case for me, I'd just plug my external in, pick which games I want to move to my internal and moved them.
So, but can you play the games off the external or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you can, because I think I've been reading that with the PlayStation 5, because it plays the PS4 games, they have to be on the internal SSD. They won't run off an external.
I thought you could still play the PS4 games.
No. I've been reading you can't do that. No, I've been reading you can't do it. Yeah. So I think they're going to be working on a patch for that, but I think at the moment it doesn't work like that.
Well, I know you definitely can on Xbox because, like I said, I've got 2 versions of FIFA installed.
Yeah.
I've put the X version on my internal to get the most out of it, and just left the older version on my external.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But even running it from the external, you're still getting some benefit from the power of the console.
Yeah, you're not getting the fast load times obviously, because
you're not getting the as fast load times, but it still feels faster to me. I don't know if that's just like a placebo effect or it's on a new console, it must be faster, but it just feels snappier and more responsive.
Okay, sounds interesting. What's your impressions, Darren? If you wish to listen to the rest of this podcast episode, then visit patreon.com/360gamercast. There we have a variety of options for you to support the show from as little as £5 a month. That £5 a month gives you an extra 2 episodes a month. That means you get a podcast episode every single week, unlike everyone else who gets a podcast episode once every 2 weeks. I hope you can support the show to help us pay for the hosting and the website and some cool stuff that is coming in the future. Thank you.